What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? It's your boy, Enlightened Luciferian person, coming at y'all once again. Welcome. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for viewing. Thank y'all for staying consistent. Those who have been viewing my content. And also to mention, for those who are new and who have just subscribed to my channel, please make sure you hit the bell notification and make sure you hit it so every time I drop content, you will not be left outside the loop. Okay? Okay. Because I've been shadow banned by YouTube for years, and for some odd reason, I say this. I have nothing against society. So let's get this straight. I only have something against the fact that they don't want people to know the truth. That's the only enemy that we all have commonly in this world. Serious. I don't speak about anything anti-government on my channel. I don't speak about any type of uprisings. I don't speak about any type of revolts. No such thing. I see people get, before I proceed, remove the children away from the immediate vicinity because these videos are not for children. Let's get that straight. I'll give you a second. Put your headphones in, turn your volume down, do what you got to do. Tell the kids skedaddle to Seattle. All right? After we good, we good. I've seen people get murdered on YouTube. Videos that get thousands of views. Some of the most gruesome things I've seen that shouldn't even be seen get more views than most of my content. It's just the world we live in. It's a sick world. You know what I'm saying? This is a sick place. And I'm here to make it better. So, if indeed you are new, please hit the notification button so that way every time I drop some heat, you won't be left outside the loop. Now, I would like to read something that will expound upon something that is little to less known to a lot of people. I remember I said it videos and videos ago that the courts are ran by the Vatican. The entire judicial system is ran by the Vatican. The entire judicial system. That means worldwide. Now, you have the International Court of Settlements and all that other stuff, but that's only dealing with finance. That doesn't have to deal with what I'm getting ready to get into as far as the all-encompassing power that the popes have declared that they rule air, land, sea, and water. Now, when you say air, that's just spirit. That's the spirit of the people. That's the breath of life. That is saying that I own everybody. See, when you look at what's called unam sanctum, you look that up. That is when the Pope then at the time, the name slips my mind, but at the time, declared himself thrice crowned, meaning air, land, water. So these comprised of everything, which is basically a lien that was placed on everything. Now, that was then. But I'm going to show you how they extinguished their own power. And I want you to follow me very closely because this is something that took place that you probably never even knew took place. But I have it in black and white. I told people when I lived in New Jersey, I used to work for the Roman Curia. Yes, I did. I started out with vocation. I started out with the education. Started out with all other stuff that led to initiation. Yada, yada, yada. Been there, done that. But that's just my experience. But I took another route. Because what the Creator has purpose for you, man can't prescribe. So That's my story in brief. But let's talk about it. Now, something took place on the day of the 11th of July, 2013. A lot of people do not know this. Now, you may think that this only relegates itself to just the Vatican City State, from what I'm getting ready to read. But I want you to pay very close attention to the verbiage and the definitions, and which I emphasize in what I'm reading, or getting ready to read, I should say. Now, this is the apostolic letter. It's also called the title of this video, MOTU PROPIO, of the Supreme Pontiff Francis, on the jurisdiction of judicial authorities of Vatican City State in criminal matters. Now, again, pay close attention to what I'm getting ready to emphasize on so you don't get lost, right? In our times, the common good is increasingly threatened by transitional organized crime, the improper use of the markets and of the economy, as well as by terrorism. It is therefore necessary for the international community to adopt adequate legal instruments to prevent and counter criminal activities by promoting international judicial cooperation on criminal matters. International judicial cooperation on criminal matters. Okay? In ratifying numerous international conventions in these areas and acting also on behalf of the Vatican City State, the Holy See has constantly maintained that such agreements are effective means to prevent criminal activities that threaten human dignity, the common good, and peace. With the view of renewing the Apostolic See's commitment to cooperate to these ends by means of this apostolic letter issued MOTU PROPIO, I established that 1. The competent judicial authorities of Vatican City State shall also exercise penal jurisdiction over crimes committed against, subsection A, crimes committed against the security, the fundamental interests, or the patrimony of the Holy See. So they come first. B, crimes referred to Vatican City State Law, number 8 of July, 11th of July 2013, containing supplementary norms on criminal law matters. In Vatican City State Law number 11 of July 11, 2013, containing amendments to the Criminal Code and the Criminal Procedure Code. I wonder who else has a Criminal Procedure Code. Sounds very familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, I bet. When such crimes are committed by persons, as we know in law what persons are, referred to in paragraph 3 below and exercise of their functions. Subsection C, any other crime whose prosecution is required by an international agreement ratified by the Holy See if the perpetrator is physically present in the territory of Vatican City State and has not been extradited. Do y'all smell something? Sounds like someone is exercising authority over all court systems. But I'm just letting you know. It's international. It didn't say Vatican City State. It said, if you bring your ass to the Vatican City, we find out that you're there, we're going to lock you up, and we're going to handle you. Because we the final authority on the face of this earth to penalize you. That's what they're basically saying. How many people you know that flee the country or flee any country go to Vatican State? They don't. Nobody. Not even the baddest motherfuckers in the world go. You know why? Because when they catch you, you can't appeal to nobody. Physical. But this MOTU PROPIO limited their jurisdiction, which is the beautiful thing that I'm getting ready to get at. The crimes referred to in paragraph 1 are to be judged pursuant to the criminal law enforced in Vatican City State at the time of their commission, without prejudice to the general principles of the legal system on the temporal application of criminal laws. Number 3, for the purpose of Vatican criminal law, the following persons are deemed public officials, emphasis added. Members, officials, and personnel of the various organs of the Roman Curia and institutions connected to it, papal legates and diplomatic personnel of the Holy See, subsection C. Those persons who serve as representatives, managers, or directors, as well as persons who even de facto manage or exercise control over the entities directly dependent on the Holy See and listed in the registry of canonical judicial persons kept by the government of the Vatican City State, subsection D. Any other person holding an administration or judicial mandate in the Holy See, permanent or temporary, paid or unpaid, irrespective of that person's seniority. 4. The jurisdiction referred to in paragraph 1 comprises also the administrative liability of judicial persons arising from crimes as regulated by Vatican City State laws. Number 5. When the same matters are prosecuted in other states, the provisions enforced in Vatican City State on concurrent jurisdictions shall apply. Number 6. The content of Article 23 of Law of 21st November 1987, which approves the judicial order of Vatican City State, remains in force. So that is 119. 119. That's Law 119 of 21st November 1987. It's in Roman numerals. I was just jogging my memory with that one real quick. This I decide and establish anything to the contrary notwithstanding. I establish that this apostolic letter issued MOTU PROPIO will be promulgated by its publication in L'Osservatore Romano, entering into force on 1st of September 2013. Given in Rome at Apostolic Palace on 11th of July 2013, the first of my pontificate, Franciscus. Now, what did I just read to y'all? I just read that, particularly, number 1, the Pope declared that he runs all courts internationally. He's also establishing that he's removing himself as being the main prioritization over the administration of court procedure and also administering positions to other individuals, but limiting the power to public officials, i.e. lawyers. Now, third, it also lets you also know, particularly, that he's saying that at the end of it all, if it comes down to it, he can only exercise his authority only limited to the Vatican City State, and that's in less than 13 minutes. It's important for you to know these things because when you step into court, any court now will tell you. A lot of people will sit there and try to argue with courts and say, oh, this is Admiralty or Maritime. No, all courts are now administrative courts, strictly administration. Strictly. That goes from traffic all the way to criminal. So all you people with that jurisdictional argument, now you see why you've been failing. Things have been happening underneath the scenes that you are not aware of, but you are now. The only thing that you should be jurisdictionally arguing right now when you go to court is subject matter. That is it. If they have no jurisdiction over the subject matter, there's nothing to talk about. All that other stuff is the reason why most people have been failing in court. Because they're not listening to that anymore. You must understand, every judge from coast to coast, east, west, north, south, northeast, northwest, southwest, northwest, doesn't matter. They all work for Rome. They are priests summoning the dead. That's what they are. That's why I say all rise. That's what they're doing. It's all ritual. And the prosecutor, i.e. the adversary, is waiting on accusing you so they could pretend to be the Grim Reaper and send your ass to jail. I mean hell. I mean jail. But you get it. Kind of rhymes, doesn't it? Kind of funny how it rhymes, right? But it's the truth. And if you don't believe me, I have all of the Canon Law on the history of birth certificates, canon law on settlement of birth certificate, which is why I was telling people about settling in court, settling the matter. I said it for years. What else we got? These are all canon laws. All the way back until the Cesta KV Act, Canon 354, in respect to the adoption of admiralty term birth, in respect to birth certificates, being clearly derived and dependent upon the history of acts concerning documents, certificates of poor, and the commercial control of admiralty. This is all canon law. Canon law is the superior law, the law that you don't know, but you know now. Canon law is the law that is administered by the Vatican. Codex Pontificus. If you don't know that, I suggest you do your research. If you don't do your due diligence and do your research, who do you expect to tell you this stuff? It's not just going to fall out the sky. I can tell you that right now. There's over 60 miles. It's not 50 miles, people. It's over 66 miles of documentation in the Vatican archives. Here's what they didn't tell you. There's a sublayer unknown as to how many documents are actually underneath that sublayer. Bet you they didn't tell you that, did they? Which is airtight, air controlled, and climate controlled and sealed. But they didn't tell you that though. They told you all the basic shit. But I'm just letting you know, there's a lot more to this than you would ever know. Because it's all a part of the priestcraft. That is what the legal system is. But you don't have to take my word for it. You can just keep that plug in the back of your neck. Stay hooked to the matrix. You have to understand that these are people who have declared that they run you and everything on this earth. That is some bullshit. That's some bullshit right there. To sit here and publicly declare, look up Unum Sanctum. It's even on video. The man came out there and publicly declared that I run this motherfucker. And that's just the person you see on the surface. Well, I'll be damned. Woo! It goes deep. But I don't want to ruin all the fun for you to be able to go out there and do your research and study. Universe forbid you learn. You know? But like I said, once you understand the inner workings of the court system, they will leave you the fuck alone. You're talking to a living, breathing example. I haven't been in front of a court in years. Because before I even get there, I make sure I have my documents on record before it even happens. If I move to a new location or I move somewhere else, I put all that stuff on county record. That way, if anything pops off, I'm good to go. The last thing you ever want to do in life is be unprepared when you're dealing with that court system. Because if you're unprepared, you're at their mercy. And you're going to plead for your life. Like an animal. Laid to slaughter. But if you're prepared, you have nothing to worry about. Me, I obey all laws. Natural laws, that is, first. And then man's law comes second. I don't bother nobody. I don't condone negative behavior. I don't condone anything evil. I don't harm nobody's property. I don't harm nobody's person. That is simple as that. You'll never have to deal with these individuals. Yeah, you might get a traffic ticket or something like that. Yeah, whatever. They're just trying to just gouge some type of revenue out of you. But even those can be argued. But you just got to know how to argue it. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to realize in America, it's not constitute legal advice, people. I'm just letting you know that right now. So you have to know that this system is adversarial. It's not about equity. Fuck that. That shit was out the door during 1933 with March 4th, 1933, when they had the Pre-Approved War Powers Act. It was over with. They said we declared war. That's what that card game you be playing. I declare war. That's what it is. Only y'all knew a lot more. But if you would like to know more on a personal level, feel free to schedule a consultation with me. And trust me, you will leave that consultation. And those who know me can even comment in the comment section. You will leave more enlightened than you actually come. Trust you me, because it's a lot of stuff that I would like to say here, and I can go on for hours. But I digress. I can go on for hours. And everything I say, you can factually look up and you can see and say that it's true. I spent years and years of study. I spent years and years of experience in the field. See, I'm not just a YouTuber. I'm not your average YouTuber that just jumped up here because I heard some stuff from somewhere and just was like, yeah, let me go. No. That's not me. Not no guru. I live this shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. All praise is due to the Most High for me making it out of certain situations. That was beyond my control and my power, which is A-okay with me. See, I don't have no problem giving praise to the Most High because I know what the system is. I'm just here to enlighten y'all on it. And the more you know, the more you won't go. And I'm just letting y'all know that's the truth. It's truth. It's truth, y'all. But I'm just letting you know. The power of the Vatican has been limited. Which means the only power that you have to tap into now is your sovereignty. Don't ever let any entity or any individual make you feel bad about tapping into your sovereignty. Bismillah. Don't ever do that. Don't. Sovereign citizen. Your job is to correct them. I'm a secured party creditor. I don't know what a sovereign citizen is. What the fuck is that? What's that? I'm a secure party creditor. I don't know what a sovereign citizen is. Sir, ma'am, dickhead. Hell you talking about? And they always do that because they know that you're asserting certain rights. You know? You're asserting certain rights. My next video will be on marriage license and what you can do about it. Because again, they call it holy matrimony, and since we're on the subject of the papacy, why not talk about holy matrimony during my next upload? Because what you think is holy now has a different meaning, doesn't it? Now that I read to you exactly who runs the court system, has a totally different meaning. It's not what you think, people. It's not what you think. But wait a minute, I smell something. It's bullshit and it stank. We'll talk about it and what you can do about it and how you can keep the state out of your personal business. Yes, people. This is how you do it. But I'll tell you, but just not right now. Like I said, my email information will be left in the comment section and in the video description below. And if you wish to schedule a consultation with me, please contact me on one of those two emails and I will get back with you as soon as possible. As soon as practicable. And please do me two favors. One, 90% of the time when you email me, and I say 90% because things come up, I respond to your emails promptly. Please don't let more than 72 hours go by and I don't hear from you. If you email me today and I don't respond in 72 hours, that's on me. But if I respond within those 72 hours, this is how I operate, then guess what? We can go from there. Number 2, please leave a number and a good contact time I can contact you. That way, it is what it is. And a 3rd, I'll just go there. When I call you, it's going to be from a 678 area code number. That's me. It's not going to be a telemarketer or nothing like that, but I usually text first. If I don't respond, if you don't respond back to the text within a certain time, then I'm going to call you. I leave a message too. If you don't respond from that point forward, guess what? I'm on to the next one. That's just how I operate because I don't like clutter. And when it comes to teaching people certain information and certain things going on in my life, because I am a family man, I got a family, got things going on. I got to keep it moving. So please do me a favor. On those 2, I'll take care of the 3rd. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Agent, fuck you. It is what it is. You know, it's been like that for years, man. We got a love-hate relationship because I know y'all here. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But hey, keep watching. You know what I'm saying? I've been stopped giving out coffee years ago. So guess y'all gonna just be sitting in the back just looking crazy. But other than that, y'all, peace, light, love. See y'all soon. Y'all take care. See you soon.